I was blown away the first time I was at Funnel Hacking Live that he was on the stage being like, yeah, you should just find something that works, like find, and just kind of like, people confuse copying and modeling a lot.
Sure.
But like pretty much someone will be like, copy exactly what I do. And that has been said before, right? Hi, Brent. Hey. Can I ask you a question? How do I pronounce your last name?
Coppieters.
Coppieters. All right. So I've known you for like at least 3 to 4 years. I've seen you like inner circle, everything. I really never had like a good amount of time to talk to you other than last week. And I like, you kind of just like, I liked you a lot. I did. I liked you. I could tell you're a nice guy, but when you meet somebody, you get a feel. And one of the things I started thinking about as I was like, I'm bringing those people on and talking to them all the time. And we're always talking about, the attractive character and everything that's out in the market. And obviously Russell's like ClickFunnels, right? You're a partner in ClickFunnels. And you don't turn a company into $1 billion by just having 2 people. It just doesn't happen that way, right? There's so much more that goes into it. And I'm like the first guy that knows that, because I got to tell you, like the whole like operations and making the business run, and it's not easy, right? Like there's you need the front and the back. And, I wanted to hear a little bit about you and like your journey on how you became, 1, a partner, and 2, like just, how to deal with entrepreneurs in your life and your aspirations and things you're doing. And I'm sure you're also doing stuff that we don't even know about that I'm going to learn today, just being around that environment all the time, because I know when I'm in it for those 2 days or 3 days, there's so much energy that gets lifted from me. And then I come home and I'm all excited. And then I don't have the people to execute for me the way I want to. Right. And then it's like, damn, I wish I could just hold on to that energy for like, if I could have that energy for 52 weeks, oh my goodness, like I'd have $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion. Right.
Totally.
And that's like the biggest issue.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you about that and just kind of get into it and let people just get to know you a little bit, because you're a big part of ClickFunnels, right? And he's starting to get on the stage a little bit now, and you're rocking that boat the last few
that's
shows.
Fun. Yeah.
Which is cool. But so before I do that, you want to tell us about like you personally, like your family, your kids?
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it, Eric. And it's been great to connect even more with you. Tremendous respect for what you're doing and what you've done and what you continue to do, which is amazing. So, kind of my background, I actually grew up in Canada, grew up in Alberta, Canada. And I served a 2-year church mission for our church. It's a volunteer mission. And, you don't get to choose where you go. And so, again, I was in Canada, and, you just submitted essentially a generic application, and then someone decides, hey, we're going to put this guy at this location. So I actually got called to serve in the Idaho Boise mission. So that's kind of, again, so I graduated from high school, I went to a semester of college, and then I came on my 2-year mission. So I came to this Boise area, and you don't just stay in one little area. They kind of move you around to different space, different places. And so I served in the mountains. I served by the Boise State, by the college, university, served in some other towns surrounding Boise. And then actually met my wife now, just kind of through that service. You don't, when you're a missionary, you don't date, you don't that's totally no, but I just kind of got to know her family a little bit. And that was it, right? When I got home from my mission, started school, started working, and then just invited my wife now up to visit Canada and toured around mountains, the national parks and stuff. And anyways, we dated long distance for about a year and a half, and then we got married and lived in Canada for a year. And then I wanted to get back to school. I was working, doing some different jobs, and man, I just have felt pulled, like I just got to get back into school full time and do something. So applied to Boise State University, came back down here because I knew the area, I loved the area. And of course, my wife's from Twin Falls, which is a couple hours away. Anyways, but it was at that time at university where I met Russell. So we were actually kind of neighbors, and we went to the same church together, and we just kind of developed a friendship that was just really life-changing for me, right? Like you talk about, you just never know, like, whether you believe in God or higher power, like you feel you're directed in some way. I mean, I definitely look back and I was directed in some way, and just developed a friendship first. And it was Russell. He graduated 1 year before me, university, and some other mutual friends we had were kind of like, they started work with Russell and were kind of sharing with me some of the stuff he was doing. And I was blown away. Like, here's this guy he's a university, he's going to school full time. He's making $250,000 a year, just like part time while he's going to school, wrestling. Right. And I'm like, what is wrong with this picture? Literally, my mind was blown for like a week. I was just like, I could not wrap my head around it. Like my parents, he was making way more money than my parents combined ever did their entire life, right? And he's my freaking age. So anyways, my wife and I, we invited them, he and Colette over. They didn't have kids yet. We didn't have kids yet. Invited him over for dinner and just kind of picked his brain a little bit. But I was blown away at just like how, just where he was going, how driven he was, and just how freaking smart he was. And then again, that friendship just kind of turned into, hey, would you want to come help me, in our business? And so I started working with Russell back in 2006. So it's almost 17 years that I've been essentially working with Russell Brunson. Wow. And again, like life-changing. I can't even picture what my life would be like had our paths not crossed. And I think what's really cool is he really did, he was doing well, but it wasn't like what he's doing now. But, it started as a friendship. And, there's some, anyway, I started working with him. And I still had a desire to go to school. Like I wasn't quite sure if this thing's really going to work out. Not that it wouldn't work out, but I was just trying to figure out what I want to do for myself. And so when I to graduate with my bachelor's, I applied for and I started a master's program. I was going to become a marriage and family therapist. And so, really totally different area. But so I was working with Russell during the day. I started as an affiliate and relationship manager. So Russell would introduce me to a lot of his friends and folks in the network and in the business. Yeah. And I'd help set up joint venture relationships or cross-promotional opportunities for us. They promoted an offer that we had in .com Secrets. We promote something they had going on as far as it aligned. And but then at nighttime, I was doing my master's program. Yeah. And I got 1 year into it, and we're practicing counseling each other with my other students and whatnot. And we just bought a house, moved, and we had our first son, our first child. And as I traveled with Russell to Armand Moore and had an event every year called Big Seminar. And so we'd go every year. And I went to Big Seminar and friends like Jim Edwards were there on stage, and Captain Lou Edwards was there, just a lot of great friends of ours today. Anyways, when Russell got on stage, and I think he had like 60 or 90 minutes. And I think he sold $90,000 worth of programs or product, right? And we're flying back and we're just talking. And I was just blown away. I'm like, dude, you just spoke for 60, I think it was like 60 minutes, and they did some Q&A stuff. And $90,000 people, I had order forms. Back in the day, we had physical order forms, right? And so I made my backpack, I got a stack of order forms. We had to go home and process. We got to go home and process. Anyways, at that point, and Russell's just we're talking about stuff. I'm like, man, if this is my whole focus, if I could just come here, just focus with you, not worry about the school thing, what would that be like? And Russell's like, you should just quit. I'm like, so, I got to come home and I had this conversation with my wife, and really what it came down to is, man, I recognized and realized the value and the power of this internet, this internet business, and the opportunity to be able to communicate to the masses with the internet versus like I can go get my degree and become a therapist, right? But it's like really it's a one-to-one type of help. I'm like, man, there's some passion projects, things I wanted to work on with Russell that where we could help the masses and do a lot of things, really help change the world. And so with that's kind of how I started with Russell back in the day. And again, almost 17 years later, it's been just an amazing journey.
That's just wild. Hey man, lines of stars just come together. And, as much as it's so special for you, I imagine he would be praising you and thankful for you in so many other ways, right? It's you've seen it from the start. You're before the ClickFunnels days. You've seen the internet in so many different ways that I've lived through that same thing. I got into the internet. I started off on Wall Street, and I was a trader. I worked in a big bank, then I worked in a hedge fund, and around 2006-ish, around the time. Yeah, this was when I started getting into the internet, and that's when, similar to you, my daughter's 17, Ashley, and she's like, Dad, what am I going to want to do with my life? And I'm like, first off, relax. You don't need to know what you're going to want to do. Okay. I'm still trying to grow up a little bit.
Totally.
I know people that still are trying to figure out what they want to do in their 30s and 40s. So you're not supposed to know. Right. But what you could know is what you don't like. Right. So it's just like, if you're getting introduced to things and you're like, man, I like this. I enjoy this. Okay, then follow that path, right? And I just remember because I love Wall Street, I love stocks, all this. It was fun. It was just the idea of you can make so much money so quickly, right? But there was so much downside and stress and all that stuff that in between, and I saw a lot of people just have a bad year and their lives blew up, and I was like, whoa, I can't I can't live like that. It's fun to like go to the casino and gamble on a Saturday, but like to do that for my life, that's scary for me, not knowing. And it's silly that I thought about that. But like, I remember sitting in front of the computer at my first like direct response company. And I was like, I like, this is fun. Like, I like this. This is cool. People are coming through. We're trying to figure out like why they're coming through. Like, what's that hook? What are we doing? And that's like, whoa. And then they come through. And to your point, it's the power of the internet ultimately allows you to earn 24/7, right? And you don't have to be there. And the most valuable thing, right, is time. Like I'm looking at your Facebook cover right now, and you have a beautiful family.
Oh, thanks.
To spend time with them is everything, right? Certainly as they're going through like these school years, be able to drive them to school, be able to do all these things is just, it's priceless, right? And if you're able to earn at the same time, it's like the same thing as like, you think you need to be in New York City to make money back in the day. You don't have to be in New York City anymore, right? You don't have to be at the stock exchange. You can be anywhere in the world. But all right. So I see 2 boys, 2 girls, 2 dogs. One wife.
One wife. Yeah, one wife. Yeah.
So what are their names?
Yeah. So my wife's Amber, and we just celebrated our 20-year wedding anniversary.
No way.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mine's this summer.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Cool. Russell and ClickFunnels is this summer as well. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. That's a big deal, right? 20 years.
Yeah.
Especially I feel like in this day and age.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Where are you going? You do anything?
So we actually are. We're going to go to. We're taking to take the family to Maui, which we love Maui. It's one of our favorite vacation places. So we're going to go in a couple of weeks in July.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're trying to figure out. Allie and I were going to do something, and my kids were like, "What about us?" And we're like,
I know.
Of course. Yeah, if you want to come, come. And we've never been to Europe, so we're like dabbling with like maybe somewhere like Italy, but like. We're not the family that like wants to walk around and see things. We just like to just like go on vacation, have fun, sit at the beach, and just relax. Like vacations to be relaxed, not
totally
come home and be tired. So we're kind of playing around with it. But Hawaii was one of them. We went there on the honeymoon. We went to Maui and Kauai. Yeah.
Okay.
We must have been married at the same time. Did we there?
You know what? No, I didn't go for our honeymoon, but we were definitely we were broke. But so we're excited to go there, and our kids somehow snuck in on this trip. But we love doing stuff with our family. We recognize. So my oldest is Carter, and he's got essentially 2 more years. He'll be a junior this year in high school. So we're starting to think like, man, like we got 2 more years with this kid, and we love this guy, and we're just trying to suck in and get as much time as we can. So I've got Carter, and then I've got Brooklyn, who is 14. Wow. And then I've got Boston, who just turned 13. And then our youngest is Holland, and she is 10.
Wow.
And then,
those are interesting names.
Yeah. I don't know how they kind of just did some names we liked. So
is Carter a city or a state or?
You know what? I don't think so. It was, it was just, it happened the other way around, but I think he's kind of the odd man out.
That's pretty cool. Thanks. And what about your dogs?
So we got Charger, our little one. He's Charger, a little Morky, and he's kind of a little yappy. But I don't know how. And then Oakley's our mini golden doodle, and she's a lot of fun. But I think my daughter. The kids start working on you about something. Somehow my daughter got this itch for wanting this little golden doodle. And next thing I know, I'm looking at sites and crap like that. And then before I know it, I'm ordering this stupid dog. And anyways,
Yeah, same thing happened to us. We have a little Maltipoo that goes everywhere with us now.
Okay.
He's never been alone. Comes to the Mets game. He's been to the Bahamas twice. He goes to Florida.
No.
He goes to dinners with us. He sits in a little stroller. He's gone to a movie with me. I never thought we'd be this family, but like now, and like I know people in our town are like, oh my God, like you stop.
Dude.
It's like, in California when they're like driving around with that little dog in the pocketbook. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. We've got a neighbor who she's got people with a stroller pushing their kids. She's got a bulldog or something, and she's pushing the bulldog around.
That's us.
You know what? Okay,
that's us.
awesome.
Although it wasn't on purpose. We went to Florida to visit my dad, and he had been given that as a gift and wasn't using it, so he gave it to us. We tried it out, and he would like literally go to sleep in the stroller as we ate dinner. You don't even know he's there. He's so good in that way. The only time he bugs out is if like he's so small. He's like 7 pounds. People try to pick him up, or whatever, and they're like. He'll maybe snap a little bit like that. Sure. So when someone comes over, like you can pet him, but I'm telling you, he might snap at you. just giving you a heads up. Last night at dinner, some kid who was like 14 years old was doing it. I like gave him 2 times. I was like, heads up, like he is a snappy dog. Like, and he did it. And he went, he doesn't bite, but he goes, it scares you. And the kid like jumped away. And then like he ran right behind his dad. It's pretty funny. It's cool. The exact same thing happened to us. Shipped in from Florida. All right. So let's talk to me about what's going on in this world of entrepreneurs, ClickFunnels. Like, how does it all happen? How does this all come together? I mean, we all get to see the marketing. We get to see the videos of Russell and all the things that he's doing, and he's amazing. We all know that. Like, it all starts from the top. The community that he's built. Forget the business. From my perspective, because I've been around a lot of successful people, there's something about him that is good, right? He's like somebody like, you give power to somebody, and if the guy's a bad guy, like in, you ever see the movie Mask?
Yep.
Like when Jim Carrey puts on the mask, he's fun and running around, and the bad guy puts on the mask, and then he's like, and he looks all mean and scary, right? It's like, I look at Russell as like the Jim Carrey, like the good guy. Like you want him to be successful because that good will come out of it. And he creates this whole community of just special people that you love to be around, right? Personally, for me, it's almost like paying a psychiatrist to go to some of these events because it's so good for my mindset. Just talking to everybody, right?
Yeah.
And it's fun. But so how does it all happen? Like we know that he's not the guy doing it. There's got to be like mayhem happening on the back end. And like I know you're a partner, but what are you technically doing at ClickFunnels? What is your focus?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So, when we launched ClickFunnels, I mean, obviously, we launched it not knowing, is this thing even going to work, right? We really launched the software for our own purposes, and then we recognized, and people were asking us, hey, how can we use that? And then it obviously grew, right? So and at that point too, we were a pretty small team, so I was really operations and including HR, and I worked with a third-party accounting team, and I did all these different things as we've grown, as we've thankfully been able to specialize, and we bring appropriate people in. But it goes back to kind of what you mentioned though, like it's attracting the right people, and Russell and Todd had attracted the right people, good people. So you asked me for me specifically right now. What the area that I focus on is I get to help with a lot of our education programs. So coaching education. So, True CCX, our high-end coaching program, our $30,000 a year program. That program, I've got a great team that I get to work with for that program. We just launched our new funnel builder certification program. It's a $10,000 a year certification program, which is amazing. We just launched it a couple weeks ago, and it is just, people come in, they're learning our top 12 or 14 best funnels that we use all the time. They can come in and get certified for that. But I get to work with an amazing, incredible team on those things. We've got some front end offers, our one funnel away challenge, our your first funnel challenge. I get to work with those teams. Those are very, very low front end barrier entries. essentially it's free 30-day trials kind of thing, where we just do some coaching there. And then I get to work with our events team, which, Eric, you've attended, several of our events. You kind of know how that rolls and kind of what we're about. And so I get to help oversee that team as well. And so what I love the fact that I get to do is I get to be like, I feel like I'm on the front lines of just like meeting cool people and seeing and hearing what they're doing. But again, Russell is, I guess, he's this big magnet. And some people probably could be magnets for maybe evil or bad, like you mentioned with the mask example. His magnet, he magnetizes, and it just good oozes out, like good people who join Category Kings and Inner Circle members, and good people coming into our 2CCX coaching program. Great people come into, like when Russell touches something, it just turns really amazing. And again, so I say that from members of our community to our team, and that's what lights me up. What gets you excited and jazzed up and going is being around is someone like a Russell and Todd, and then other members of our team that I have great respect for. Dave Woodward, I just go through the line, John Parks and Kevin Richards on our team. I get to work with these amazing, brilliant people. And again, I've just been able to see my own personal growth just because of that association, which has been amazing. Yeah.
Take me back to, you guys are now huge, right? Like for me, it's funny, like whenever I did anything in my life, when I heard him talk about hacking, right? I was blown away the first time I was at Funnel Hacking Live that he was on the stage being like, yeah, you should just find something that works, like find, and just kind of like, people confuse copying and modeling a lot.
Sure.
But like pretty much someone will be like, copy exactly what I do. And that has been said before, right? And there's that gray area, but there's tremendous truth to that, right? And the fact that he was on the stage saying that and simplifying it for what I've been doing my whole life from the days of when I played baseball, I played center field, right? So I would go to a game, I would stare at the center fielder. I'd watch like what he did before the inning, during the inning, what he did like before he got up to the plate, like, what would he do between each inning, how would he communicate, right? Because I was trying to learn from some of the best in the world, right? You realize like these are the best, right? You could videotape a game and just break it down. And it's the same thing from everything I've done in my life that I've been successful with. I've always found somebody in front of me that's like, all right, this works, right? And with your guys' business, looking at it from my perspective or anybody that's trying to get started, you guys are gigantic. You guys are tremendous, right? So like, take me back to a memory in your mind where you guys from nothing to all of a sudden you're starting to like hit the ground and it's starting to make some money to the day that, oh my goodness, you just said you were doing like, you started off with, I'm doing 3 different things, right? Like I'm doing the hiring and I'm doing the accounting and I'm doing like, what happened when you're like, I'm going to pull my hair to my head. Like everything's going on. We're getting too big and it's a good thing, but like, holy cow, I need help. Like we need to hire. And like, how did that unfold? When you go from like, whatever that number is, you're doing 10 million a year and you want to go to 100 million, like you need to develop, like, what's the plan? How did you go about doing that? The process. And you just mentioned like all these different teams, right? And to your point, I guarantee you, most people that are listening to this do not have all those teams. They just don't. They're doing 7 different things. They're doing the events. They're doing their own marketing. They're doing their own ad buys. They're doing their own funnel building. Maybe they're outsourcing it to a 1099 or whatever, right? It's like, if you want to go to that next step, how do you do it? And then when people do it, like I know from experience in my own mind where it's like, all right, well now how much am I spending on each person? And then am I going to get a return on that investment? And if it doesn't happen, then I'm just going to like lose money because, all right, I got $100 to play with. I go spend my 100 and now nothing's happening over here because I still need to be the person to focus there. But if I focus there, then I can't focus over here to grow the business. And now it all falls apart. While I had good intentions, it just didn't happen. For whatever reason, there was something missing there. Like how did that happen? Like, how did you guys do that?
Yeah, no, good question. That's a lot. So, again, when we launched ClickFunnels, we didn't know we'd be successful. And actually, when we first launched it, it bombed. I mean, we had a great campaign to launch it. We had individual, back in the day, we did these essentially almost like these video cards, these video playing cards. And so I was with Russell and he recorded, we were actually driving around and he recorded like, I think it was about 50 or 60 of them that we were saying kind of our dream 100 folks who wanted to help promote this launch. Anyway, so everyone got these really cool video cards and everyone's excited to help promote. And we launched ClickFunnels in September. September 2014, officially launched it, right? We had.
Can I stop you for a sec? Wait.
Yeah.
Video cards. Just explain what that is. Affiliates. Yeah. A lot of people don't even know what that is. So like, just explain. Like, they might even be able to. People don't realize that they can promote ClickFunnels and make money to do it. Some people listening here don't even realize that, right? So it's like, just explain that Dream 100 affiliates. Dream card thing that you just talked about. So
again, the whole time I worked with Russell, we didn't do a lot with paid advertising, right? Our advertising where we work with other successful leaders who had their own tribe and folks, customers, and we would essentially create these offers where that would be mutually beneficial, so they could promote. I mean, it needed to integrate together, like but they essentially we'd pay them a commission. We pay them 30 or 40% commission by telling people about ClickFunnels, and people sign up for ClickFunnels now every month when we collected the money from that subscription, we gave 30 or 40% to these affiliate partners. So again, that was our bread and butter. That's how we grew all of our businesses prior to ClickFunnels. And so of course, when we launched ClickFunnels, that's what we went to, our bread and butter. So we made a list of people we'd love to work with, people we've worked with in the past, people that we feel like would make sense for as far as again integrating. Like, hey, you've got customers that have all internet businesses. Man, we'd love to get those people using ClickFunnels, right? We feel like we'd be a great solution. Would you promote for us? Would you tell your folks? Would you email them? Would you post about ClickFunnels? And if you do so, we will give you again 30 or 40% off every person who signs up every month for the lifetime of that customer. We'll give you that commission. And so that's how we launched.
Can I explain something here, by the way?
Yeah.
Because this is really interesting. So my show is called Performance Marketer, right? That's exactly what I do. Like people like they call it different things. Like I noticed in this whole community, there's a lot of, I do a JV with somebody, like what you're describing. That is performance marketing. That is affiliate marketing. That is ultimately you going out and finding a third party offer, right? So like for somebody sitting at home who's like, oh, I hate my job. I don't know how to do anything. I can't go and build a ClickFunnels. I don't know how to do that, right? Well, guess what? You can go and sign up for an affiliate account for ClickFunnels. You can take literally a link that's just your link, and you can introduce it to a Facebook group. You could post it on Facebook. And if anybody signs up for ClickFunnels, you will make money. And what's beautiful about what they do is that they do it in continuity, right? Because they have a subscription model. So if you get somebody to sign up, what happens is every month that they continue to sign up and stay as a customer, you will get a commission for the lifetime of that customer, right? So it's like, you joke about it like Brent's working for you at that point, right? Russell's working for you because their jobs are they're trying to just create value and keep that person in ClickFunnels. So you kind of flip it of like, oh, you want to be around Brent and you want to be around Russell. Well, make them work for you by just going out and just simply doing that. That's it. You don't need money. You don't need your own list. You don't need anything, right? You just go out and what they're doing, you call it the Dream 100, right? You find affiliate partners, you find people that are relevant, that have a community that makes sense for your business. And then you just talk to them and say, hey, this is relevant. Go after it. So anyhow, I just wanted to say that to people out there because I get questions all the time. Definitely from like the ClickFunnels, hey, well, I don't understand what you do because then the lead generation comes in with like arbitrage, what I do. But like people listening are always like, how do I get started? How do I get started? And it's just simple. Create cash flow. Go find some offers, start promoting them. And when money starts coming in, I mean, it's a lot easier to make decisions, right? Instead of just like trying to build ClickFunnels and have $0 and you're putting a financial pressure on your family, right? You could be 75 in doing that. And if you're good at it and you can understand just a little bit of a skill set, just a skill set, you don't have to be born with it or go to college. So anyway, I just wanted to like put that out there. So Brent's giving you a huge opportunity to become a millionaire, and he also will give you a car.
Dude, you know what? You're exactly right. We've got our dream car. So you essentially you get 100 members using ClickFunnels. We pay I think $500 a month, and we'll put it towards a car if you want, a lease or a purchase. And you get 200 members. We'll give you $1,000 towards that on top of the commission you're also getting for those members.
Yeah.
That's cool. A bonus. Right. It is cool.
I think if you get a little more, you get to 1,000, right?
Yep. Yeah, 200 members to get to 1,000, but with 2.0 it's coming out here this fall. We're revamping and relaunching some of this stuff, which is going to be super exciting as well.
Huge opportunity for everybody. Huge opportunity.
Huge. Yeah, it is not even, again, we haven't had an opportunity like this. I feel like, well, for sure us, but like the market right now for even affiliate partners since we launched the first time, right? So it's been 7-8 years since.
Well, that's
since
my point. Yeah, like you have all these members, 100,000 plus members. So it's like it's a lot harder to go get somebody. Like if you go and get somebody new now to go to the 2.0, that's why it's like I'm building Survey Detective, and it's like the minute I start to roll it out, the people that recognize that and see that there's 0 people paying me right now, that like you could literally build a business off of it, like some of your affiliates that are making like a serious number that you're paying.
I think since we launched ClickFunnels, Dave and Miles and I were talking yesterday or the other day. I think we've had $97 million that we've paid out in commissions. Isn't that insane?
Awesome. That is so awesome.
So again, I think we're trying to think of like a really cool campaign, like who's going to be the affiliate who's going to bring in, that $3 million or $100 million commission, like who's just kind of do some fun with that.
Oh, like you're in a supermarket and balloons go off when you're
like something like we got to do something big, like Ding. So. Yeah.
I'm picturing it like how like in the movie Facebook where they keep on seeing like people signing up and the numbers keep on just ticking. You should have something like that in ClickFunnels. And then like when you get to like the 100 million and it's paying out, that's great. That's cool. God bless.
Yeah, thank you. So
sorry for interrupting you, but
no, you're good. That's great.
So you were doing some cards or something you were saying?
Yep. So video cards. So again, we essentially what it is, and we saw this. Someone had done this again, modeling. We're not hacking. We're just modeling. And big companies, big car companies, for example, we had. So I reached out to a company in China. They sent us some different samples of cards. So essentially, it's like a card, and you open the card up, and there's a sensor, and they're like, sometimes you have greeting cards, and you open the card up, and it sings "Happy Birthday" to you.
Yeah.
So it's like that, right? So you open the card, and also there's a screen. There's like a DVD or an LED screen, and it plays like, hey, it also this message, hey, it's Russell, and Russell says, hey, and he personalized to customize and personalize. So it was like, hey, Eric, it's so good to see you. Like, thank you so much for grabbing this card, and then a personal message inviting you to help promote ClickFunnels. Where do you get your link, and when does it kick off, and how do you check your stats and all the things, right? But
So
again,
cool.
customized. Most people, Russell's very different because he takes time to customize. And again, we've done this again for the previous years I worked with Russell. We would do these personalized, customized videos. Hey, John, and we'd send out to John. And anyway, so that's the big thing we did.
Huge,
but again,
huge customization, by the way, increases your conversion rates by like hundreds of percents. I was doing something I was hacking Groupon and their whole model, and there was a whole thing with their push marketing that I think it was like by personalizing your messaging, it was like 800% more.
Wow.
That's what Server Detective is all about. It's about asking people questions so you can then identify what their actual problem is, so you can segment them. And then what you do is you create a custom message and you create perception. Like you could sell the same thing, and you just change that little blip in the front, right? It's like, just, hey, like you're somebody that doesn't believe in the vehicle. So I talk about the vehicle a little bit, then I dive into my sales pitch. Somebody else is like insecure. You talk about the insecurity, and you dive into the pitch. So each person's like, wow, he's really like, he gets me, right? When it's like, you're just customizing to that person, right? Sell them the problem. If they believe in the vehicle, why would you talk to them about the vehicle? It's done, right? It's like selling you the sneakers that you already own. That it sounds like you're a big sneaker guy from what I understand from last week. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's cool. We can get into that later.
Yeah. So we launched it, but again, it bombed. Just conversion wise, we just didn't have the right piece, and the messaging wasn't right. Russell went to a spoken event a few months later, and we were like, man, we're trying different things. Just we weren't seeing the traction. And he went to an event, and he essentially, he tells the story very well. Went to the event, and he kind of pitched ClickFunnels, pitched a software, a trial version of ClickFunnels, and you come in and pay X amount of dollars, get like a year access. And when he was leaving, somebody came up and asked him a couple of questions, said, oh man, it's really cool. But it wouldn't work for me because I'm in the vitamin business, or I'm in, these different businesses that he didn't specifically call out. He didn't, anyways, the light bulb went off in his head, like, man, he's like, no, this ClickFunnels can work for you, and ClickFunnels can work for you. And so he came back and he revamped his pitch, the perfect webinar script. It really was developed at this point. And then we went on, we went on essentially a road show, like a promotion road show, which is virtual, it was in the office. But we had 2 or 3 webinars with other really successful marketers lined up like every day. Like literally, I went through and I found the affiliate link. I had the calls booked. I got the affiliate link set up for Russell and got everything queued, got to make sure the person was on the calls like this. And then Russell jump on here, he'd do the perfect webinar, and then I'd end it and I'd help with communication there. And I'm also setting up the next call and then the next call. Like Russell would
this is with the affiliate partners.
Yes, our affiliate partners. Yes.
Because the first time I would imagine if they promoted it and it bombed, you're going back to them a second time.
Yeah.
And it's all on them, right? It's their cost. It's their
totally.
And if it bombs, it's like, it's scary. Yeah. I get that. I've been through that a bunch. So,
but what happened,
the way that you overcame that was you're showing that it was more more worth their while, and it was going to convert and convince them.
Well, and then we had case studies. Yeah, we had case studies. So again, Mike Philsame, a good friend of ours, had promoted, and he made a chunk of money, right? He just did amazing well. So we said, okay, that worked, and then I can now take that and leverage it and say, hey, so and so, we just did this with Mike's list. Mike just promoted this, our ClickFunnels offer, and he just did, his earnings per click was this, and I could give him some stats, and they're like, okay, cool, and then they did it, and then guess what? I can now leverage that relationship and that success to the next person. So pretty soon, it wasn't even me chasing people down; they're coming to me, and I'm like, well, Russell's not available, but Russell killed himself that first year. He was, again, we were all hustling, but he was hustling. Todd was busy working on, as we were growing our support team. I mean, you talk about, our team. A lot of our team members, some of our even directors today, started in customer support for ClickFunnels. Like that's where they grew from customer support. So we elevate folks in our team, and opportunities have been amazing for them but they came in, they came in, they helped support our customers. They learned how to use ClickFunnels, and also now that created other opportunities for them, right?
Sure.
So again, that's what we grew. And you mentioned a question about as far as like when did something specific happen? We have to look at again our costs. We're working again, for example, a third-party accounting firm, right? That I'd work with them, and then I'd come back and give it to Russell. At some point, we start looking and see what their billable charges are, right? And I'm like, okay, well, how much would it cost to hire a full-time, accountant internally? And so at that point, we did that, right? So we were able to hire a specialist who's here now 40 hours a week plus extra time, but can give our company the time and attention it needs. And then that team grows based on demand, right? And in this process too, as we launched ClickFunnels, John Parks he dove into paid advertising and paid media, and he learned that business, and we kind of went through with our affiliate promotions and marketing, and we hit that market really hard. And we still, again, it's still an amazing piece of our business. We love our affiliate partners that we work with. But now also we added paid media, which we'd never figured out before. And John was helping run that piece. And then again, it just blew up, right? We were able to it was like magnetize what the effort we were doing, and now scale it even bigger using Facebook, using Google AdWords, and all the other means that we had. So again, I don't know if there's a specific linchpin other than we had to look at the cost of what we're spending on things and the opportunity cost too. Like at some point I needed to kind of pull back and specialize in some things. So I really kind of focused on HR, and we need to make sure we're continuing to bring the right people who fit our team culture, people who would connect and understand, could work with Russell and whatnot. So that's really where I kind of scaled back. I still worked with relationship stuff, and then Dave Wilbur came in. Dave actually took a bunch of relationship stuff away, and he ran with that, which was amazing. I mean, getting people like Tony Robbins to promote, and Dave's just been an amazing giant, right, in our business, and a partner as well. And so again, so I kind of started wearing more of the operational hats, making sure again, in terms of our office space and like growing our offices, and we had to add a second office, and I kind of wore that hat on the logistics of some of these things, and then Dave was running relationships, John was doing paid ads, and Russell was pitching and doing his magic, and Todd was building the app. And so again, that's really how we grew this sucker. But dude, it's been an amazing journey. Like you mentioned, it's just been, mind blowing. And what we're so excited about with 2.0 coming out here in this fall. We got people who came to Hacking Live last year. They got beta access. They got that yesterday. So now we've got more people using parts of 2.0. We're having more and more people reaching out to us saying, "Hey, how do I get access to 2.0?" Well, you can't yet, but as soon as we have beta access, we'll get you access. It's been a really, really amazing ride that again, I never could have even pictured it. And again, talking to a guy like yourself and interacting with, I don't again really play an active role as far as category kings and inner circle folks, but man, I love the folks in that program. I get so excited just to hear about your businesses and Russell, again, Russell's bread and butter. He's a teacher, right? He's a teacher, and he's also a student, right? He's the biggest student. He's building a whole other office of just of experts and the greatness of people who thought, thinkers. And he's a forever student, but he's also an amazing teacher. He takes that, and he'll take all this content and he'll personalize it, and he'll share it with you in a message that you just need to hear, right? And I think that's where again people just can't get enough. And so again, I get to work with that every day for my job, and I'm eternally grateful for that.
That's so awesome, man. That is so cool. I've got so many notes down right now that you just dropped some gold. And, it's interesting. You just said that. I was talking to my daughter, Ashley, and I said to her, one thing that's so important is just stop trying to be a know-it-all and just be coachable. Right. And it's just what you just said. Russell's coachable. He listens. He's welcoming information and allowing people to tell you. Most people, if you go to places, if you go to these conferences, right, most people, they'll tell you their whole business because they just want you to think they're awesome, right? Mm-hmm. I tell my guys when we go to these conferences, just listen, just talk to people, ask them questions. The majority of people will tell you more than they should because it's all about their ego. It's all about them wanting you to think that they're this amazing guy, and just once you get them into the bar, it changes like that. There's some guys that just oh my God, you're not allowed in there because you're just giving away our whole business model.
Totally.
All our trade secrets. Yeah, man, be coachable. That's really cool. Everything that you just said, it all stems to the growth of your business was affiliate marketing, Dream 100. And the reason why it's so powerful is because you don't have to come out of pocket to go and get your distribution. It's all hustle. It's just going out to the market and hustle. And what you just said, and this is one thing I think that you said that I want to point out, because I think people miss this, right? And I see it a lot. Like, people will run an offer. They'll do something where they make, 10 cents on that offer, or they make 5 cents. They don't think that it's good. And they're like, how do I scale it to get to 10 million? You just said it. You're like, you literally had one success, and then you went and found the exact same people and showed them, guys, this is how they're making money. And you just do it again. So you like rinse and repeat. And that's what you did to scale this business. And it was just, you don't have to go and do anything different. The exact same thing. You just got to find more of that exact same traffic. That's awesome. Wow, man. I mean, listen, I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful that I got into this community. I always think about, like, how did I get here? I've been around in this internet world for a long time, and I had no idea this existed. Right. So if there's anybody that's from my world that doesn't know about it, it's just there's more out there. There's more out there of just amazing people, amazing things happening. And 2.0 is about to come out. So this is going to be really exciting for everybody. I'm pumped for it. I can't wait. Really, I can't wait. So you want to tell people how they can promote ClickFunnels or get on, or do you want to give anybody anything?
Again, big part of our again, our community. I mean, we host an annual event every year, right? Funnel Hacking Live, and we're coming up in September. We're going back in Orlando, Florida, Funnel Hacking Live. I'd love anybody who's listening to this who's like curious about, again, what is this thing? What's Eric into, and like, who are these people who he's surrounding himself with, and this community. It's our largest conference. Again, it's a user conference / anybody who wants to just kind of dip their toes in and understand kind of who we are and what we're about. So funnelhackinglive.com. I'd love to, anybody who wants to go there and buy a ticket. We've got probably our strongest lineup of speakers, probably just in total, like just an amazing. Essentially it's 3.5 full days. So funnelhackinglive.com. And then of course, it's ClickFunnels. People jump in and even just try ClickFunnels. Our people who are using ClickFunnels are going to know about, again, beta access before everybody else, before we open up to the world officially. So, ClickFunnels.com, come and check us out. What's really cool, since we launched ClickFunnels, there was a couple of market leaders when we jumped in, like Lead Pages was there, and Infusionsoft was there, right? When we came into the marketplace. Now, I mean, there's a ton of businesses in the marketplace. We still consider ourselves to be the category kings, and 2.0 is going to continue to cement ourselves at the role. And, and Todd described it really well. Like, we're not, 2.0 isn't just like, we're not just going to be 1 year ahead of our competition here, or people who've jumped in this market. We're going to be 8 to 10 years ahead of everybody else with what we have coming out in 2.0. And so we just can't wait. We cannot wait for the market, for the world to see it. As our beta users are getting access right now, they're blown away. Our paid load speeds, some of the different apps we have that we're incorporating into ClickFunnels. Again, we're our biggest user, right? We're our biggest customer. And so, when we realize, hey, it'd be cool if ClickFunnels could do this or do that. Our dev team, which we heavily invested the last 2 years, has been growing and adding those features to 2.0. So 1.0 will still be there. It's still available. But once 2.0 launches, man, we cannot wait. Well, yeah, I'd love to have anybody come to Funnel Hacking Live. Just come check us out. I'd love to meet you. We'll be there. Russell's there. We do awards. We celebrate the success of our users, right? That's one of the big things too we do is we gauge our success by the success of our folks in our community and people that we interact with. That's how we know we're successful. And at the end of the day, it's because it's not about us. It's about like helping so many other entrepreneurs like just realize their dreams and their members. And anyway, that's probably the number one thing for us. What gets us motivated, keeps us going every day, is just seeing the successes and just feel like we play one little small role in helping these entrepreneurs free themselves and change their lives.
I got to tell you, just to reiterate, go to Funnel Hacking Live. It's amazing. The community itself, if you're into this, it'll change your life. And it'll also it'll reiterate all the things that you're thinking when you're sitting at home. Like, I know people are trying to get into it now, but once you start to see people and realize that they're real, for me, listen, ClickFunnels is amazing, right? Great software. Even if it wasn't the best, the community is why I want to be there. And for me, it's just, there's so much more value than just the software. Yeah, the software has to work, but like, I'm literally trying to model my software off of what you guys do on what I like. And what I like is I like to be around you guys. I like to be around smart people that truly care and want to support you and help you with your growth. And yeah, the software has to be good, but I don't have to compete with SurveyMonkey, who's a $2 billion company. Like, they're going to have 2,500 developers. It's not going to happen. However, if I create a relationship and show people I care, like you guys did and do, then they'll never leave me. I'll never leave. I love it. I don't care what anybody, no one could ever take me away from the ClickFunnels community because of the fact that I know that you guys are loyal and you truly care. If something goes bad with me, I could pick up a phone and call you, and I know you would try to figure out how to help me. And that's like, it's irreplaceable, right? There's some people that have that in their families, but there's some people that don't, and they're scared to make that leap. And this team, ClickFunnels, Brent, Russell, and everyone else involved, they're all there, and they will help you if you reach out to them. And the first step is Funnel Hacking Live, right? And if you can't wait for that, there's also One Funnel Away, which you can hop on and start tomorrow or in 15 minutes from now, right? Just go to, what is it, onefunnelaway.com?
Yeah. Your first funnel.com. Great place too. Again, we've got amazing coaching team that essentially coach you for free. I mean, like, we got our higher end paid coaches. We've got just as capable coaches who are coaching essentially for free. I mean, it's really awesome.
Yeah. And then the community turns into free coaching pretty much, because that's what happens.
Totally.
Once you do that, you start meeting people and realizing like how many amazing people are there, and then you're networking, and then you start to create relationships and businesses and all that good fun stuff. So listen, Brent, I really appreciate it. I know you're a busy guy, so thank you so much for coming on. We're going to figure out what your favorite song is one of these days. I want you to think about it. Dude,
without me telling you, you guessed it though. So awesome. Yeah. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you,
man. Well, listen, it's good to hear you. We're going to end this with you want to sing to us?
Probably not. They don't want to hear me sing, but love me some Garth, love me some country.
All right. Well, we're going to have to go to a Garth Brooks concert together one day. You tell me when they're there and I'll come. All right, Brent.
Let's do it. All right,
man. Thanks so much.
Take care. Yeah. See you guys. Buddy.
See you.
Bye.
So Brent Coppieters, ladies and gentlemen, for coming on, performance marketer, to talk to us about ClickFunnels, how he got started, how he met Russell, how ClickFunnels went from a small company to this massive beast. He talked about how they started off and they failed. It didn't work. And they had to go back to the drawing board. And they had to figure out the messaging. He talked about how they grew the business, was with their Dream 100 efforts. And once they figured out what was working, once it worked once, they were able to take those metrics and show proof to other Dream 100 affiliate partners, right, publishers, that it works and it's worth their while. That's what it's all about, right? Publishers looking to make money. You're just bringing opportunities to them. It doesn't really matter if you're buying it on an ad buy, you're buying the traffic, you're buying the click. It's all the same. It all backs out to the same thing. It's just risk, right? In this scenario, they weren't taking risk because they were new and they couldn't. And if it bombed, they would have blown up. You got to find people that would be willing to promote your offer on a performance basis. So you either present them with something that is valuable, which is an offer that will work, and then they'll make money, right? Or you got to have a really good sales guy, a good relationship to get them to believe that that's possible, right? Because at the end of the day, it's the same exact thing. Everybody needs to win. Is that a W? W. Everybody. Everybody needs to win, right? In that scenario, ClickFunnels takes their offer. They find somebody in their Dream 100 that they want to run their offer. The publisher, the Dream 100 guy, promotes that offer to their audience. And then somebody in their community signs up for ClickFunnels and they like it and they stay there. And when that happens, boom, the business works. In that scenario, there's 3 people, right? So what's happening? The person signing up is getting ClickFunnels. They're getting this software and technology and this amazing community that they don't even realize they're getting, which is more valuable than anything, in my opinion, and access to Brent and Russell and their whole team of just good people. But so the customer is going to win, right? They're happy because they got something that they didn't know about before they signed up there. for whatever reason. Maybe they knew and they needed that other push, but bottom line is the customer's happy because they got something. The publisher is happy because they made money, right? And ClickFunnels is happy because they got a new customer, so their revenue goes up, and they're happily willing to pay the publisher a percentage, right? And it just needs to work for everybody. That when the publisher promotes it, they have to make enough money that it's worth their while. What they look at for that is similar. They'll call it like their revenue per thousand, right? Which is how many dollars do you make for every 1,000 people you show the offer to. That's like paid media. I can get into all that later. But when you're doing it with people that have a community, that have a list, that can promote your offer, what's attractive about that, outside of the relationship and that it's really like just they trust the influencer, is that they really don't have a ton of expenses to promote to their list. So from a money perspective, it's not a big deal, right? That's why we want to build up a list. So you pressing send to an email could cost them, a few $100 tops, right? But what they need to do is they need to be very, very careful with what that they're pushing to their audience, so that's valuable and relevant, or those people are going to leave their list, right? And they're going to lose some respect and trust for the influencer. And that's what they need to be careful for. So they need to be careful. They can't just go and blast whatever they want at any time every single day and bother the hell out of these people, or they're going to leave. So, there's a little bit of like how you go about doing that. Also setting expectations with your community so they know what to expect if you're going to do that, right? And it's just communication, just talking to people, right? That's all you got to do. Whatever. That was really cool. I'm glad that I was able to hang out with Brent a little bit because I spent a lot of time with him. He's just such a cool dude. He's really, really nice and always willing to help. And I like him a lot. I really do. I'm thankful that I can call him a friend. So with that said, guys, appreciate it. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, fire away. You can sign up for my text community, right? 917-636-1998. And shoot me some questions, say hello. That's been a pretty cool thing. Check out my YouTube videos. Obviously Performance Marketer, which you're likely watching right now, is the channel. I have another channel, Eric Beer Lead Gen Arbitrage, Media Arbitrage, type something like that in there, maybe affiliate. I'm not sure if I'll show up with that or not yet. You can follow me on Instagram. That's a channel that I post a lot on, at ericbeerofficial.com. And I'm working towards trying to find a place where I can just kind of put everybody there at once. So maybe I would do podcasts and YouTube videos live while people watch, right? Which would be really cool. And then at the end, when this is over, I can start answering questions. That could be fun, really fun. And, everybody can get value out of it. So people that want to be here live while I'm doing it, it's almost like free coaching. And I'd love to do that. Anything I could do to help you guys. Because when I say something and you guys listen and then it works, I need to know that. It makes me feel so good, and also reiterates that some of the things that we're talking about is getting through to people, right? But bottom line is you heard it here first. They grew their business with affiliate marketers, which was really just their Dream 100. And you guys can do the same thing. You can either grow your business with affiliates with your Dream 100, or you can be an affiliate and help other companies grow. So the opportunity is there for you guys. Just gotta go after it and take it and kind of, put everything and capture that in a bottle for your own mindset to understand what you need to do, the strategies, because they're like, oh, I don't even know how to start. Where do I start? Right? There you go. That's how you start. Just go get somebody's link. Find some distribution for that partner. The exact same thing he was doing for ClickFunnels when he worked for them, right? He still works for them, right? But he was going out and trying to find relevant people that had their audience. You can do the exact same thing, right? And they would love to pay you to do it, right? You're ultimately working for them for free, but not really, right? Because you're working for them. You could see the upside once you get them to promote, and then you get somebody running that offer. Then at that point, boom, you're starting to make money. Now, where surveys come in is the publisher you're talking to, who likely heard of ClickFunnels, will be like, well, why would I run ClickFunnels through you if I can just go to ClickFunnels direct? That's probably a question you should be asking. And you're 1,000% right, right? Like if you came to me and said, promote ClickFunnels, I'd be like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I promote ClickFunnels through you when I can go directly to ClickFunnels? And then you make a middle on that, right? Doesn't make sense. I would like to think some of you guys are asking that question. And the answer to that is there's a few things. One is what I've done in the past is either A, you become the agency of record for a company like ClickFunnels and you promote their offer and you're the agency exclusively promoting it. Or what you do is you build something in front of it, right? That you go and promote. So that's why they call them lead magnets, right? I'm doing surveys right now. So you can create a survey, get people in that are interested in whatever it is that you're promoting. In this case, what is ClickFunnels? It's a funnel software to build funnel software. So if you're promoting the actual ClickFunnels software, then you would go and create some funnel on the front end, a survey funnel that's relevant to draw the people that you're targeting inside your survey funnel. And then they'll have ClickFunnels on the back end that you're going to try to get them to sign up for, right? So you would promote your survey funnel to your affiliate, not necessarily the ClickFunnels offer, right? And they're running traffic on your offer, to your offer. They're building your list. And at the same time, you're taking that list and then you're getting them to sign up for ClickFunnels through your list. Very cool stuff, right? That was what I call that one affiliate offer challenge. That was what I was trying to teach people. I don't know if it came across so well. It was a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I got to tell you, I know it. It's just 2 years ago, I was flying by. Like, there's definitely long videos in there. There's tons of value. What I've seen is you got to just break them down into these bite-sized pieces of information. I think that's where people are able to digest it a little bit more. So, all right. With that said, guys, appreciate you. Good luck out there. If you're in this gray area, I will tell you from me just seeing Maverick, right? Don't think, just do. That's what Maverick says to Goose's kid, Brewster. Don't think, just do. Just do it, guys. Just get started, do it. Doesn't matter if you fail. You will be smarter from your failure. You have to get started. You have to start to do something so that you can then build on that. And that's progress. As much as you don't think it is, just get started. Just do it. So with that said, guys, appreciate you. Be well. Bless you all. And have a wonderful day. I am out. Later.